Hello everyone and welcome to our next app review. I'm Victor Fitzgerald and this week I'm going to be walking you through an app called Dominant Species by GMT Games. Dominant Species was initially a board game and it walks through the evolution of species and allows gameplay to follow evolutionary tracks and maintain the species that you select and are playing. One thing about the Dominant Species app, though, it is wonderful if you are familiar with the rules of Dominant Species, but if you don't know those rules, you might want to become a little bit more well-versed before you play the game. In the app itself, there is a rule book that you can follow. Unfortunately, it's not fully integrated, so there are no tooltips during the game to help you figure out what you're supposed to do as you're playing. I'm going to go ahead and create a new game. One of the nice things about this app is that you can create local area games, so you and as many as 3 players can be playing in the same room next to each other. When you configure your first game, you're going to have that option of configuring over a local network or not, as well as assigning the animals and various difficulty levels to each player. I'm going to go ahead and get started in this game. I can add local players here as well if I would like to create my AI. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2 additional AI players and go ahead and get started. Since we are all descendants from the ape line here, I'm going to go ahead and choose the monkey as my animal to start the game out. Now, this is what you're going to see is people placing tiles on various accounts throughout the game to buy and purchase either adaptations or land masses or getting various benefits. Now, the game is complicated. Okay, so you're going to have to keep track of everything that you do and how you do it in order to play the game correctly. Since I am the ape class, I'm going to go ahead and add in my own tile. And the first thing that I'm going to add in for is adaptation. And then the others are going to be able to play again. I'm going to go for domination, play wasteland. I'm going to play on the grassland. And I think I'm going to go ahead and play my species on the mountain as well. Now, turns continue this way, allowing you to purchase and maintain various things. As you go through the game, it's going to ask if you are okay with selecting various actions. You just go ahead and approve that based on the strategy that you have. The game itself, again, is very complicated, but it's a really good example of species adapting to a variety of external conditions and stimuli and evolving throughout the process. In my opinion, it's a great game for an educational setting because it has the multiplayer co-op and it also has the ability for you to monitor the game. The only downside that I see with it from an educational perspective is the fact that the game is very complicated. It's almost at the point where you would like to print a rule book and give that to your students to use in conjunction with the iPad. That being said, it is still worth a purchase and a look in a science classroom, as it is a great example of evolution of species to conditions around them. Again, this was a review of Dominant Species for iOS. If you have any questions about this review or other reviews in our education or productivity series, please feel free to leave a comment on this video or see more information at victorfitzgerald.com. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for further developments and more videos to come.